Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I thought it would be fun to do this demo here for Natural One of the Half Giant versus a Goblin Horde. Maybe I'm also going to try and pay attention to the chat this time. So if you are watching and want to interact, go ahead and chat away, and maybe maybe I'll be able to remember to look at it and interact with you at some point in time. I'll go ahead and get that set up too. So let's take a look, see what we got here. We're going to be playing this Half Giant Barbarian. Oh, and who's playing it? But none other than Human Stew Miniatures TJ.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I can't see a chat anywhere, so...
No, you're not. It doesn't matter. Oh, if you want to... Hey, if you want to... Here, tell you what, man. Throw up a tab, go to my Facebook page, and then look at my most recent post, and then click on that tab, and you can bring up, and then you can keep track of the live chat.
Oh man, nice. That's exactly what I need. Is something else to distract me.
Something. Oh God, no, we're never going to be able to do this now. So this isn't just a thumbnail. This here. Well, hey, hi, that's me. So this here is the scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. We are actually going to be playing on this lovely... Oh, yeah. On this lovely layout. So, actually, I'm going to try to do this for... Yeah, thank you. What do you think of that there?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Thank you. This has been the dream for a while, is streaming really kick-ass looking tabletop stuff.
Yeah, this is excellent terrain. I love this stuff.
Thank you.
I'm a fan.
This is my Terrascapes terrain, hex tiles, and in the future, risers. We're gonna be releasing these rocky risers here. These things. It's a means of creating creating walls.
Nice. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And these things are all actually. I'll pull one down. These things are all double-sided too. They print double-sided. So, pretty neato stuff. Beautiful. I can't wait to release that stuff. First, I have to finish fulfilling my last Kickstarter, which is happening slowly, but at that point, yeah, right, yeah. Well, it takes time.
That is the Kickstarter way.
Right. COVID really put a damper on the situation too.
Yeah.
So, but things are looking hopeful. Hopefully that'll all be done by the end of the year, and I'll be releasing these by the end of the year.
Groovy. So, hell yeah.
Yeah, but for now, let's play on them because I spent a whole bunch of time painting them up so I could do this.
Absolutely, that's what they're there for.
And also, this is not how we're going to start this scenario. This is just what I took a picture of to make that thumbnail. I thought it was fun to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're actually going to start. We're going to start this this happening fellow all the way to the beginning. Oh, let me get a good angle. He's going to be back here. Oop. Yay. And let's go ahead and bring up this character sheet. Now, you've never played Natural One before, right?
Correct.
I've only just tried to get you to do it.
That is correct.
Well, so this will be fun.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, this isn't like a pre-made class or character or anything like that. Well, I mean, it is. But it's something that I made using the rules. In this system, you make your character classes by grouping together these groups of skills. I'm just pulling off all these.
Okay.
Gobbledygoos. They're actually going to be... These are Reapers. The goblins I'm using are actually going to be cave neckers. They're like smaller than goblins, basically. Little gangly creatures. But I am going to be using Reaper's Pathfinder goblins for that. So that's pretty cool.
And what are you using for my handsome avatar here?
He is actually Cron. I think it's Cronan. It's a Tom Mason sculpt off his
Okay.
personal page. I
Neato.
met him. I think it's Tom Mason. But, I'm fairly certain. He ran up to me at ReaperCon and handed me some miniatures. I'm like, I know what I'm going to use that one for. I planned making a half giant barbarian demo character all the way back then, and
Right,
so like
nice.
I finally got around to painting him on the. I posted the pictures of that Facebook page. It's kind of comic booky, deep contrasting lines.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
I love that kind of stuff. I love those deep contrast lines.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
So,
and dark darks and bright brights.
This is actually what's up there right now is actually this guy. Okay, this is actually these are actually the cave neckers that you're going up against.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be looking at that.
Well, you already showed it off, so here we are.
At some point in time, we'll look at it just to take a look at abilities of the horde. Okay, so because you can create your creatures just the same way as you can create characters.
Okay.
So yeah, so these creatures are basically horde creatures, and horde creatures are going to have a certain kind of gameplay mechanic. That's what their skills allow them. Is a special gameplay mechanic.
Okay.
Neat. Basically, when they surround you, they can roll a skill called Overwhelm, and that gives them a bonus based on how many of their friends are around you. Also,
of course.
Right. So,
of course,
it's going to be very important for you to keep them from surrounding you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Keep that in mind. All right. So you are a half giant barbarian, 7'7", big old boy.
I'm a big man.
You are good with a tendency of evil.
I believe that's taller than Hulk Hogan.
How tall is Hulk Hogan?
I'm not sure. I would have to Google that. I don't think
he's 7 foot tall, though.
Even close. I don't think he's even close.
I don't think that's the case.
No, brother.
So you are. Say again.
Oh, I was gonna. Can I name my guy?
Yeah. What's his name?
I would like to be Bulk Krogan.
Bulk.
Yes, Bulk. Bulk Krogan, brother.
Bulk Krogan. Time to bulk up. For all the Bulkamaniacs.
That's right. What you gonna do when Bulkamania runs wild on you?
That's right. Okay, so your alignment is good with a tendency of evil.
Okay.
Okay, that means that you will kill people that wrong you. You happily do it. You just right, Old West style. Okay.
Like an old-fashioned Clint Eastwood.
Right. You are brave, merciless, and proud. And poor, because you're a barbarian.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so in Natural 1, you have 10 attribute scores, and this helps kind of like sort of nestle you in a certain range of skills,
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to be good at everything, basically.
Right. Okay.
So you can be good at a handful of things, though. So, namely, your strength. I'm just going to go down the list here. We got strength.
Sure.
Dexterity is your nimbleness, basically. Precision is how accurate you are with your rolls. Stuff like attacking, weapon attacks. Constitution is typical. It's your health factor. Perception is how perceptive you are. Knowledge is how knowledgeable you are. Intelligence is your ability to reason, complex things, puzzles, or whatever. Your willpower is like your mental, like fortitude, or your ability to exert your will over others. The charisma is how likable you are, obviously, and how and this is insight. INS is insight, and that's basically that's like your wisdom, your like natural knowledge, basically.
Okay. All right.
You're sort of like you're
I
built
am
in.
kind of a dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's these characters have all been like min maxed. I've min maxed out all of these guys. So you're playing the best possible first level character that is a what could be called a half giant or a barbarian.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Great.
So while there is no class of barbarian, that's what I was aiming for. You know.
Okay.
So his archetype is a fighter. He's just a fighter barbarian, and his trait is a bully.
Okay.
He's very he has some intimidation skills, basically. He's size 4. There's 2 playable races in Natural 1 in the Fantasy Guide that are size 4. One is a half giant, the other one is the ogre. So basically, there's like for every good kind of race character, there's an evil one to match. So basically the one that matches the half giant is the ogre. But it is playable. Okay. This is these amounts right here are basically based on your strength and your size, and it tells you how many pounds of force you can exert. So you can push 870 pounds if you wanted, right? You can lift 505, and you can throw 126. So you can just throw people, small women.
Yeah.
You know. So if you run across any small
like
things or humanoids on your, they don't have to be women, obviously. But if you, or I don't know, if you want to throw living things at people, and grab them and then throw them into the horde, and maybe that'll help you. I don't know.
Okay.
Your encumbrance factors are also
foreshadowing.
What's that?
So this may or may not be foreshadowing.
No, I didn't put any of that. I didn't put any. I guess I have some damsel miniatures. Or maybe you can just throw the. There's. I mean, going to be plenty of small
goblins out.
You can throw goblins, yeah.
Like lawn darts.
You're not very skilled in that kind of stuff, but you could. Down the road, especially if you invest your points into that stuff. So your encumbrance isn't going to be a factor because you can carry so much.
Okay.
Due to your size of being 4, you have a movement rate of 4. That's going to come into handy. And your hand grip, your max grip is a 5. So you can see here, your scimitar is speed 5. That's basically the maximum size that you can wield. And that's what he wields. He wields a size 5 scimitar, which does ludicrous damage. The damage you're going to be doing, you might take note here for your scimitars, 2d8 damage plus 1. And you're getting the plus 1 to your damage and a plus 1 to your penetration for it being two-handed, basically.
Okay.
So if you were wielding this one-handed, if you could do that, you only do 1 penetration and it would just be 2d8. Right, and so there's the
without the plus 1. Okay.
Right, yeah. So penetration is a value that basically it's how much DR you can break through. So if they have any kind of DR, you'll break through 2 of them. 2 of them doesn't matter. Okay. That's what penetration is, and that's kind of like piercing weapons penetrate armor more than a bludgeoning weapon, obviously. Right. And a slashing's kind of somewhere in the middle. So that's why that's there. It's to sort of simulate armor and how armor works. Basically, piercing weapons, they do, see here, there's a piercing weapon. It does a little bit less damage, but its penetration goes up.
Yeah.
And this this knife right here, you can actually use it piercing or slashing. And you can change the damage and the penetration.
I see that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So if you really want to switch it up or whatever. So looking over here, you actually have 1 natural DR and 2 armor DR, and those stack, so you have a total DR of 3. So anytime I tell you take damage, you're going to subtract this value from that amount. And if it's 0 or less than 0, you don't take any damage. Okay.
Wait, where is that here on my sheet?
It's right up here. I'm massaging it with my little.
There it is. Okay. All right. I see you.
right? Okay, so that's your DR. You have total DR of 3,
Okay.
basically. And like I said, you're going to say you take a hit for 4 damage. You're going to write down 1 wound, 1 in one of these wound slots. Right here is your wounds,
Oh.
and these add up. Basically, you can use a tally sheet to keep track of your hit points. But each wound
Yeah.
is usually recorded because if you're playing with a healer, like a physical healer, somebody who just heals like a doctor or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
they can heal individual wounds, and that's
Okay.
right, and that's how they might only heal 1 hit point on each wound, but if you have 12 wounds, you just got healed for 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So like, if I take 3 damage at once, it's gonna go down as 3 wound, or as a single wound.
but if you take 3 damage, you're
And,
not going to take anything because you have a DR of 3.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, bad example, but
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I get
So,
what you're saying.
uh, yeah. Okay. So there's that. Right here is your quick list of skills. Right, and these are basically all your skills that are important. You're going to be rolling. This is your melee weapon skill. So you're going to have
Okay.
to roll this number or under. Okay, to be successful.
So
So
under 11.
yeah, so you have basically you have a 55% chance
All right.
typically to hit
Not
somebody.
bad.
Right. Well, it could be better, but there's ways to increase
Sure.
that. We'll talk about that here in a second. And parry is basically uh, you will. Okay, so parry is a special skill that you combine with block. You have to roll both of these together to
Mm-hmm.
successfully parry. And what that does is allows you to. We'll get into that later. Actually,
Okay.
let's talk more about like okay, these are basically your skill rolls and your skills, all the ones that matter, right? So you're probably not going to be using force too much because you only have a 4 in it, and you're probably not going to be using trample too much either because you have a 4 in it. But it's
Okay.
there. I got to keep in mind you're level 1. You're basically the lowest level. You're freshly made, so you don't have
Right.
a lot of points to spend.
I'm fresh off
Um,
the farm, baby.
you may end up using Quake and Knockdown, and basically this is an area of effect knockdown. This Quake, and Knockdown is something that you
That's
can
fun.
right you can just push people down, or you can combo it with your melee weapon and roll them together. And so whenever you hit somebody, you can knock them down as well. But
Ooh, nice.
typically, what
Okay.
you're going to be doing is you're going to want to combo knockdown with Quake, I believe, is how that works. And if you're successful, then this does an area of effect knockdown around your character because this is because you're a giant.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, big old scary giant.
Right. Yeah. And then you also have intimidation. This is going to be a major one for you to use. And what intimidation does is removes their action points from their weapons, which keeps them
Okay.
from charging up and getting stronger attacks. Next down here is your feats. We'll go over these in just a moment, but these are going to be all your special. These are all your nuances that make your character, the gameplay for your character, the way you would want it. When you're building your character, there's like over 400 feats that you can
Oh
basically have
wow.
access to. And right, yeah, basically each triad. So if we go down here, here's your equipment list. If we go down here, these are your triads, and this is how you make your character. You basically assemble your character by putting these different groups of skills together. So it's modular in that way. So you didn't have to. Instead of having combatics, you could have picked footwork, or you could have picked any number of other things, right?
Yeah.
Being a half giant, you are able to have the giant's triad, which gives you 3 special creature skills. Basically, the giant's triad is
Ooh.
a creature. It's a creature triad. So it's really special for half giants to be able to have access to them, and it actually costs them 4 extra character points to buy them. But this
Hmm.
is where you get your quake and your trample and your lob. Lob is basically throwing boulders, right? Because you're gianty,
Right.
right? But you don't have any skill points in lob, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, you only
Okay.
have skill points really in Quake. Okay, so looking at these sheets, there's a just interpreting this all right. So these skills, there's a skill name. This is the number of character points that have been invested into the skill. So you don't have any
Okay.
points invested in draw, for instance. It's all been
Okay.
invested in melee weapons and parry. Okay. This is the type of action that it is. P means primary action, so it's like weapon attacks, things that take time.
Hmm.
Parry is basically it's a combo free action. Free actions don't take any time. You can do any number of them basically, but there's certain stipulations with them.
Okay.
R's are basically reactions. So out of your reactions, the only one you really have is block. So you don't have absorb and you don't have dodge. So anytime you react to something, you're going to be reacting with block. Okay. Moving
Okay.
forward, the speed is basically like how long it takes for it to wind up. For instance, your melee weapon, your size 5 scimitar, is going to take
Yeah.
you 5 action points to charge up before you swing it. Okay, so this is the kicker with this character. Um, it's going to basically every turn you're going to get an action point to put towards swinging your weapon. Okay, you're going to use your
Okay.
special abilities, your feats, to basically charge up faster. So, and that's like the sort of how you build your characters. You build your characters to sort of like manage your action points. But that the number of action points you need for any kind of primary action is listed right here. It says it's variable because it's based on a weapon or whatever. The associated attribute for that skill is listed here then. So like melee weapons uses precision, right? But
Right.
so does martial weapons. Martial weapon uses precisions. Now what you can do is you can use martial weapons unskilled using your precision attribute. But instead of rolling one dice, you have to roll two and make both. So there's like you can make rolls unskilled. Now like there's a bunch of skills here, but you really only have to like your character is really only concerned with these ones. But they can roll any of the other skills. They can roll any of them unskilled. So like
Okay.
I'm not you don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so like next we have rank and roll, and this is basically when you put skill points into your skills, it goes up in the rank, the base rank, and every time you put more skill points in. So next we'll have to put 2 skill points in to get this to go up to 10, and then the roll is the modified. So because you have high precision, you have a +1 to your precision.
Hmm.
You have a +1 precision modifier, +2. It gets added to the rank. So rank plus modifier is roll basically.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
this tells you if there's any contest to the roll. So like when you parry, there's no contest for parrying somebody. But if you attack somebody, they can contest with your reaction, right? Down here, when you use intimidate, right, they can contest with will. Okay,
Ah. Okay.
right.
Yep.
Whenever you roll a natural one, it tells you what the effects are right here. So, like, if you roll a natural one when blocking, you're able to reserve 1 AP to all primary sources. So
Ah.
like, there's special things whenever you roll natural ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
which is like the whole name of the game.
Yeah. We said the thing.
So this guy is made. So that was just a quick rundown of what all of that crap means, basically. This guy is has melee, defense, and combatics. These are all combat triads.
Hmm.
And then giants. We talked
This
about.
bard
He
is
also
made for killing.
and he's got he's got the presence triad, which has stuff like rally, intimidate, and empathy. But all his points are dumped into intimidate,
Okay.
right? Which is a general action. And then exploring. It's because he's kind of barbarian-esque. So he's got survival and tracking. Now, for it says that you have survival forest here, but for the purposes of this session, we're going to go ahead and say that you don't have survival forests. You have survival subterranean. Okay, because that's going to
Okay.
affect.
All
All right,
right.
and
All
here
right.
is why. So every time, basically, as you put points into these triads, their rank goes up. And as their rank goes up, the overall triad level goes up, right? And so starting at third level, and then every odd level after that, you get feats, right? So you got 2 feats for having basically a 5, or basically you get, at third you get a feat, and at 5th you get a feat, and at 7th you get a feat. So here you have 2 feats because it's level 6 and not quite 7 yet. And the feats chosen are Riposte and Slashing Master. So we'll look at those in a second. This one at third level you have Defensive Stance. You don't have any feats from these 2 because they're at level 2. These ones you get feats from them also. Okay, and why it matters is why this survival skill at Subterranean matters is because, well, 1, you're in a cave.
Right.
Number 2, the feat chosen for exploring is Wildling. So let's go take a look at that real quick. So
just so you know, real quick, we are on a delay from the video, from our chat and video.
Yep.
Okay.
Is anybody talking to us?
No.
No, of course not.
No, I meant between you and I, our chat, and the YouTube video.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's like
gotcha.
I'm not sure what it is. So like what you're pointing at on the screen was actually like a few seconds ago.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna have to critically think for 3 seconds there.
Oh man, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so Wildling. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see the Wildling?
I see you scrolling.
Scrolling. That's because you're watching the YouTube. You're watching. You got to watch it on Discord if you want to be live.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, yeah. How about that?
How about that?
Listen. No one's watching this right now.
I'm going to have to repeat all of this, aren't I?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So it's a lot to take in 20 minutes or whatever, but it's important to look at this first.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following around. I've been following along on my document anyway.
So the Wildling feat says that you can perform a double check primary action, and then if you do so, you can reserve 1 action point to a primary action if combat is in any survival specialization environment. So basically, anytime that you roll a double check, okay? If we actually look this up in the book, it says after any double check of a primary action, you get to reserve 1 bonus AP to your primary action. Okay. Slashing Mastery here says perform a double check with a slashing weapon, and then if you do that, then you can attack an adjacent combatant as a free action with a free action double check also.
Nice.
And then you can do that basically for a total of 3 people in a row. So the first one and then 2 more.
Nice.
Right? So that's basically a sweep attack. So after every successful sweep attack that you do, the first sweep attack, the primary action, you're going to get a bonus AP to your scimitar. So what I mean by that is if you're looking at this screen right here, I'm going to put this down right here.
Yep.
So this represents your scimitar, and when you start combat, it is fully ready, okay, and you can swing it. Okay. But after you swing this thing, all of these go away, and then every time you get a turn, you get 1 back.
I get 1 back.
Right? So it's going to take 5 turns for you to get everything back, which sucks big time. It's big weapons are high damage output, high risk, high reward kind of situation.
Of course, yeah, as they should be.
So here's the other problem. Say you're at 3, right? And somebody comes up to attack you, and you want to block them. If you block with your sword, you're using your sword, and it resets all of these.
Oof.
Okay? Here's where parry comes into play, okay? So now you parry somebody with your sword. You basically combo parry with block. And what that does is, if parry is successful, these don't go away, even if you fail your block. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you use if you look here,
oh, I see you again.
the riposte, after a parry, you can spend 2 stamina, and then you can reserve 1 AP to a primary action. So somebody attacks you,
Nice.
right?
Okay.
And you successfully parry, then you spend 2 stamina, and you reserve an action point to your weapon. So you're using their weapon attacks to charge up your own.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's basically how this guy is built. So say you perform the wildling attack or the a primary action slashing check or whatever, and all of these are spent, you immediately start with 1 already. Okay? So basically that wildling feat allows you to start, like, get a head start. Then every time that somebody attacks you and it's easy to block them and parry them, do so, spend the points, and then start charging up. So every time you react, charge up, until and so it might only take you 2 rounds, 1 or 2 rounds for you to charge this up. And then when you do that, then the idea is that you're going to do another, sweep attack, try to kill as many of them as you can, and then you start off again, hopefully with 1, and then every turn you're getting 1 too. So you just kind of, your whole mode is basically, how do I charge up this thing as fast as possible?
Okay.
Right? Yeah. The other thing is your rolls are, an 11 is hard to roll, and in this game you can actually spend your stamina to throw extra dice at the problem. So like, so here we got there's a die, right? And so that represents your attack roll, and that's what you would normally be rolling. But you can spend 2 stamina and add a dice to the roll.
Okay.
Okay. And now you can roll both, and then you can omit whatever roll you want. This is a 19, so we'll get rid of that. So your roll is a 9. So that means that you made your melee weapons check, which is an 11, by 2. So then, if you didn't spend those stamina, you might not have made that check. So it's going to be important for you to sort of manage. It's all about like managing your roll, in a situation where you're like, it's like a managing risk is really what it is. So basically, when you have to roll double check, you have to roll both of these and make both of them. So both of these would have to be an 11, and in this case, it was, right? So that was incredibly lucky. And if we're double check, which roll do you use to represent? You always take the highest roll. It's kind of like in D&D, like a disadvantaged roll in D&D, where you always basically take the higher of the 2. So this would represent your roll. But usually, if you're doing a double check and you want to make sure you're going to hit, right, you want to overload that. So you spend 2 stamina and you add a dice to the roll. So now here's a situation where you're going to roll 3 dice, but you only have to make 2 of them, right? And so here we'll omit the 12. And so the 2 that are left are a 3 and a 9. And so since the 9 is higher, well, that's going to be your roll. Okay. So it's kind of like Yahtzee. D&D mixed together. No, it's a lot of fun because it's all about managing your stamina over the course of the battle, and the real difference between a ground level character and an epic level character is epic level characters obviously have more abilities, and they're easier to perform the roles, which means that they don't need to use their stamina as often. So they're good longevity wise, and they can do more amazing things. Just in general, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For less, right? But a beginning level character, is still very much able to be a hero, especially if they put their all into it, and putting their all into it is spending the stamina, and that's So that's like I said, you're basically got to manage two things: your hit points and your stamina. And then after that, it's just about your rolls. You know. So that's the basic rundown of your character. Do you have any questions off the top of your head?
Woof, all of them. No.
Oh, we didn't look at this also. Something that's also kind of nice is defensive stance is on your character sheet there. It's the feat.
Oh yeah.
Right. So this is for all reactions. At any point in time, you can spend 3 stamina after you react, and then I'm sorry. This is you basically spend 3 stamina as a general action. So you perform a general action during your turn, and then any time that you react until your next turn, you're going to get a free overload die for all your reactions. So,
Okay.
which is nice. So normally, like it costs 2 to overload 1 die, but if you're going to get attacked by 5 things, you might want to spend that because you'll get an overload die for each time, right? So it's kind of like betting on the future. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
So keep that in mind. You might want to use that occasion, and then you get that free overload die. And since you have to combo, when you do a combo, block and parry together, you have to. It's like a double check, right? But they work independently of one another. Okay, so you can successfully parry but fail to block kind of situation where you parry it and then you still get hit or whatever. So but that's a situation where having a free overload die would help because now you can roll 3 and you only need to make 2 of them. You want to make sure you get a successful parry, right? Because if you get a successful parry, you can spend more stamina and then charge up your weapon faster.
Okay.
So that's every character is basically its own. You basically build the way you want to do combat and manipulate combat. The rules in themselves are very simple and easy. Every turn you get 2 actions, general or primary action. That means you can move twice. You can move and then attack. It's very simple like that. But all these other things are basically how you break the rules. There is one other thing, and this might not come up very often. If you do a double check intimidate and spend like a crap ton of stamina, the recipient is basically totally interrupted. That basically gets rid of all of their AP.
Okay,
So,
I was gonna say I was just looking at that one.
But you're going to be going up against these small creatures, and the max that they're ever going to have is 2. So it's so easy for them to charge up. But you just might want to intimidate them and get rid of one of them or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And that's kind of like it's going to be super super easy to do. Don't worry, I'll walk you through each of the combat rounds, and you'll pick it up rather quickly.
Yeah.
I'm certain of it. It's not too rough. So, and the other thing we'll do is we'll look at the different. We'll bring up stuff like Quake and Intimidation whenever you want to use the actual skills and read them so you can see.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right, let's do this.
Woo!
Let's do this.
Louder, but not into my.
Okay. What's that?
No, nothing. I wooed. But not very. It was a quiet woo.
You're what?
I wooed like Ric Flair, but it was a
woo!
Quiet.
Oh, woo!
Yeah, I didn't want to. Let a real one rip into my headset.
Yeah, I guess I probably shouldn't have done that. Sorry, everybody. Well, everyone go. Oh, whoop whoop! Human Stew Miniatures joined us on the live chat. If you're watching, I just want to say thanks for watching. Because you are awesome. All right, so let's get down to business, okay? So you're in a terrible situation. There is a horde of cave neckers chasing you, behind you, right? All right, and your only option is to move forward down this cave. Of course, right?
It's the only way.
It's the only way. There's probably about 10 behind you. Okay.
Ooh.
So, we're just going to assume you're already in combat, but if let's determine like basically who goes first at this point in time with an initiative roll. So initiative is you roll a d20 and you want to roll low basically, and the same thing with their team, and it's team based. It's not player by player or creature by creature. It's just your team, my team. So people on our side. So people on your side, if you had compatriots with you, right? They would. You guys could all decide who goes, when, and what during your turn.
Okay, right? Just on your own. No individual role required.
No individual role required. But if there's ever some kind of discrepancy, GM could rule to use Dex as a means of mediating that or whatever.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, you basically decide. That way, you guys can work as a team and further the strategies.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll make yours the green one and mine the mauve. So you rolled an 8 and I rolled a 4. So they'll go first. They're basically. I'm going to keep track of this. They're 20 behind you. So now they're running. So they just moved up. They're 20 spaces behind you. Each space is about an inch. Okay? And just so you know, your base on your miniature is about an inch. Okay? So hopefully that'll help you. So they moved up. They're at minus 6. They're at 16 spaces now. Okay? Because they move at R2, and both their movements are spent moving, so that's 2 plus 2 is 4. So they move 4 spaces total. Okay, your turn. You have 2 actions. So at this point, you have a movement rate of 4. So to keep them at bay, you have to at least move once during your turn, basically.
Okay.
All right. So
what is the goal here to keep them at bay?
I mean, well, it's up to you what you want to do.
How about I would like to move forward.
At least 4. Okay, so we're gonna move
at least 4.
So you just want to go kind of like straight across here?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
right
so you hop up here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like right about there is perfect. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this big stalactite that's in your way. That's a stalagmite, I guess. Sorry, you're gonna correct me.
I'm not a botanist or anything. Yeah.
So here. Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom back just a little bit too, so everybody can see more of the awesomeness. Okay, not that one.
Yeah. If we can zoom back on this, that'd be great.
A little bit. We'll take it back. I'll take it back a notch.
Yeah, just a scotch. That's pretty good. Ooh, look at that. You can see your nice bubbly pools here. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I remember when you were painting these at Adepticon last year.
At Adepticon, yeah. I was painting the crap out of them. I got a whole bunch more to paint.
Oh goodness.
Oh goodness. I'm definitely going to do that on a live stream as well. I'm going to show you guys how I painted these. Okay, so that was your first action. Nothing happens or anything like that. Do you want to continue running?
Man, how far are they behind me? You said about.
Now they're 20 spaces.
About 20 spaces behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, intimidating right now. It probably wouldn't do too much.
No, they're out of range. You have to. Intimidation is basically you have to do it on an adjacent. So you have to be within reach. They have to be within reach.
Yeah. Okay.
With a half giant, you have a reach of 2 with your hands. So like anybody within 2, you can intimidate. I believe. Okay. We'll look it up when we get to that.
Well, you know what? I'm not moving in. I'm not moving forward anymore. We're stopping and we're waiting.
You're just taking your time.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn?
Yeah, basically I'm bracing for combat.
I see, because you're kind of expecting it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Your medicine sense is tingling, huh?
Oh, I can hear them. They're loud.
Oh, I see. You're bracing for them to come.
Yeah.
I see. I got you. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. On their turn,
Yes,
uh,
let's go. Bring it on, goblins. I'm sorry.
This
I don't
guy
remember what
hops
you
up
were
here.
calling them.
Oh, you can't see. I'm going to move the camera so you can see. These guys come around from the corner.
Okay.
Okay. And there is another one. Yeah. There we go.
I love this.
You like this?
Yeah.
We're just going to bring that in a notch.
I love the setup.
Yay! It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's just them coming out. They came out from some shadows. You didn't happen to hear them
Okay.
as they were being kind of stealthy. So I just want to show you this. So your weapon is ready. So we're just going to bring your weapon is totally ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Charged
This is
up.
the blue is going to be the bow guy. It looks like there is a guy with a torch and a sword. That's going to be this one. And then there's a guy with a spear. And that's going to be this one right here. Okay? And they are all ready also. Okay. So that's them. Alright. And that's all they could do is get into that position from their hiding spot. So it's now your turn.
Okay, and I don't know that there's.
So there is a path. I just want to point out that there is a path around to the left-hand side where that bow guy is.
Back around there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to try and head in that direction. That seems to be my objective.
Well, pretty much directly past that stalagmite is your path.
Okay.
So,
all right. So we're trying to make our way forward here.
Yeah, somewhere. So, and those guys are kind of in your way.
Yep.
You could run right past them. There's no attacks of opportunity in this game without a feat.
No attacks of opportunity, huh?
Yeah, you could run
I
right
don't
past
know
them.
that I necessarily like that, though. I mean, they're just going to get behind me.
Mm.
Let's walk up on these handsome gentlemen.
Which one, the two or the bowman?
There is a bowman back there. I'm going to go up on the two, though. I'm going to go up on the two.
That's probably a good choice. So, as far up as you can, or just so that you're adjacent to both of them?
Oh, I would like to be adjacent to both of them.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, I would.
Well, you have a reach of 2, and you can make it as far as here and still be adjacent to both of them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna just do this. Whoop, 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 right there. Okay. And so from this location, actually, maybe it'd be easier to see if we were over on here. Yes. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so now what you want to do? That was your first action. You have another action, and your primary is ready. You want to do a little swingy dingy, try to sweep attack these two guys?
You know what? They're there. I'm here. Let's do it.
Okay, so you are going to perform this action.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's going to cost to initiate the sweep attack. It's going to take 2 dice to roll.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have to make both of these. So maybe to ensure that you roll it, maybe you want to overload a die. So
and then how much that cost me stamina?
That'll cost you stamina. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that'll cost you 2 stamina.
It'll
cost you 2 stamina to overload 1 die. You can overload as many die as you want.
Let's just overload the 1.
Okay. I'm gonna roll these. And so you're looking for 2 11s.
Okay.
And we have a 6, a 6, and a 7. So you get rid of the 7.
Nice.
Okay. So you made that first roll, and at the same time, you're going to immediately reserve 1 AP to your next primary action. You'll get to do that right here.
Excellent.
Because of the wildling, because it is a successful primary action. Okay. And then so you made that roll by 5 on this first guy.
Okay.
I'm guessing, or which you can go from one side to the other.
It'd be
doesn't really matter.
The guy closest to me there.
A guy closest to you. Okay, and so now he has the option to react. And he has. I guess I should have wrote down. Let's take a quick look at their abilities. So their weapon roll. Oh, I keep on pressing the wrong dang thing. Here we go. Cave Knickers. They don't have a roll of 10 in their dodge and their weapon score. Okay.
Okay.
So dodge. If they dodge, the thing about how dodge works is the same thing with block. If he dodges, his AP are going to go away if either of these guys dodge. And this is this guy. So his AP will go away if he dodges. But he doesn't really have an option at this point in time. So he's going to go ahead and dodge. So this is all going to go away. Actually, wait a second. Let's take another quick look. I would love to have printed out the goblin sheet, but for some reason my printer has gained a mind of its own and decides whenever it wants to print stuff out.
Well, you know what to do about printers. You've seen Office Space, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. So we blow them up? I don't know.
Yo, you take it out back and smash it with a baseball bat.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't have any other... They don't have anything to benefit their dodge, so he's basically got to get rid of those or probably die.
Ooh, die
is where he's at.
That's what we're here for. We're here for death and mayhem.
So he's discarding his AP. Oh, they're gone.
Okay.
To roll a dodge, and he needs to make his roll. He needs a 5 or better. He will overload. No, he's not going to overload because he doesn't have a whole bunch. He's got very little. He's got very little stamina. So he fails. We are at a 19 and a 12. So that was bad. That was bad for him. So we're going to go ahead and roll your 2d8 damage plus 4. You have 2d8 plus 1 for it being two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get plus 3 for having high strength also.
Okay.
With 6 plus 4 is 14 damage. He is cleaved in half. He's gone.
Nice.
Okay, so now...
Oh, Krogan!
So now you can continue on with the attack as a free action because you rolled that as a double check.
Excellent.
So this one you have to roll as a double check as well. Do you want to overload or just straight up?
We'll just go straight up on this guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
you need
we'll
2
go
11s.
Straight up on this guy. We'll conserve some stamina for right now. I don't need to go balls to the wall right from the get-go.
2 11s. Here we go. And we have a 13 and an 18.
Oh.
So that's a whiff. So that one, the sword swings right over his head. These things are kind of small.
Short little
but it was kind of
bastard.
cool because you kind of did like you're going for a home run with it. And so the first goblin kind of did a nice little flip as he fell in half, but it caused you to miss the other one. You were going for maximum effect, and you only got half effect.
I was trying to hit a double.
His buddy's kind of surprised at his. By the way, they get their free turn. They turn around. His buddy's pretty surprised right now that his friend is no longer with him. Okay. Nicely done. Wonderful. So that was your first turn. You get your one free AP, right?
Nice.
And then also you get to reserve one AP on any turn. And you haven't done that yet for free. Right, yeah. On each turn, you get to reserve one free AP at any point in time during the turn. So you can do that now.
Let's do that now, yeah.
Because now you're already lined up for... you need 3 more AP to swing that weapon again.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So... let's see here. So now it's their turn. He's going to perform 1 step to move up to you. And then his next action is going to attack you with his sword. So we'll spend these 2. He's going to roll, and he's going to spend 2 stamina. This first one is dead. He's going to spend 2 stamina. I should have peed before I started this.
See?
I've been drinking all this water. We were walking around a market and everything. Mask on, of course.
Of course.
I'm going to have to take an intermission. It's going to have to happen.
That's
I'm getting
fine.
wiggly. Okay, so he's going to overload 1 die to try to hit. He rolls a natural 1!
Son of a...
So natural 1s. Basically, he can spend stamina right now and up his dice damage. His dice damage already goes up if he wants.
Goodness.
So I'm going to take that brief intermission real quick.
All right.
And I'm going to leave this here so you guys don't hear me. Alright. Mission accomplished. You hear me? You still there?
Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Woo-hoo!
I'm here.
I feel so much better. Okay, so every skill does have a natural 1 effect. Let's just take a look real quick at what happens, or what he can do when you roll a natural 1 with a martial weapon.
Oh boy, let's find out.
So right now he's doing. He's going to be doing the sword. He's going to be doing dice 6, and he gets a free bump up to a D8. It goes up 1 damage step.
Oof.
So, ooh, yeah. But recently I went through and added natural 1 effects for all of the skills.
Goodness.
To bring them, yeah, right. So, like, if you get a natural 1 when grappling somebody, the primary source grappled must save versus for an injury. So you can actually, possibly sprain their arm or something.
Yeah. Hey, heads up, your mic sounds kind of
Wonky?
Yep.
Oh, it's totally wonky again?
That's much better. There you go.
Okay, so it was... Let me get this thing right. Yeah, put it in my mouth.
Put it in your mouth and in your beard. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, so natural 1, damage down is increased 1 damage step plus 1 more per 2 stamina spent. He has just watched his buddy get absolutely destroyed by you. He's going to put his all into this. He's going to use every single bit of stamina that he has left, except for 2. So he's going to bump it up 3 more damage steps. So it's going to go from D6 to D8, and then 3 more. So it's 2D6, 2D8, 2D10. He's going for the vein that's right in between your legs there. You know what I'm talking about?
What is happening? I'm going to die already.
He's going all in, dude. 2D10 damage. Now God, that's a lot. And he did roll a natural 1, but he only made the roll by 9. Which means you'd have to, like... He's gonna take it. It's 2d10 minus 1 plus 1. It's 2d10. Dude, I'd just take it, honestly.
Man, how much was that?
It's a lot.
20 damage?
Yeah, it's like 20 damage. It's almost 20 damage. I gotta roll it. You know, I could roll low.
Oh, you haven't rolled it yet.
I could roll low. But I mean, you would have to make your block roll by 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, by 9. Because he has a 10 and you rolled a 1.
I mean, that's better than taking it all, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty ludicrous. But you're gonna if you do that, you have a low chance. I mean, I guess you could parry. You could parry. It's a possibility to parry.
I think I'd like to try to parry.
Okay, so to do that, you're gonna have to perform a block. So you're gonna try to block this and parry, which means you have to roll 2 dice and make both of them. The 1, your parry is an 11, so you just got to roll an 11, and that'll be the mauve dice, and the green gold dice will be your block, and your block to succeed would have to be a 3. That's not bad. It could be worse.
Not bad.
You're gonna overload as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many more dice do you want?
All of them.
Okay, so how many? So we're talking like 2 more dice?
Let's add 3 more.
So you need a 3 in here. So 3 dice. You want 3. So you're gonna spend 6 stamina right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. It takes me down to 20 stamina left.
Okay, so you need a 3 and an 11.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here. There's a 3. And there's no 11. There's 13, 14, 20, and 16. So, here's a question. That means you can spend that. You could use that 3 on your parry or your block. So, do you want to block it and take no damage, or do you want to parry it and retain your AP?
I will parry it and retain my AP.
So now you're just going to take the damage anyways.
Okay, great.
You spent 6 stamina for nothing.
All right.
I mean, that's the name of it. That's how it works, though. You know, it's a risk reward kind of situation.
Yeah.
And you spent 6 stamina hoping to get both, right?
Well, yeah.
No damage and retain, right? So I mean you did spend a lot.
Option, then yeah, I want to go for it.
Oh yeah, gotcha. That's cool. And they do completely average damage. 1 plus 10 is 11 damage. Minus, and that's penetrating. That's going to be penetrating 2 DR. So you basically, your 3 DR is reduced to 1 DR. So you'll take 10 damage.
Okay. And that's 1 wound, correct?
1 wound. These things are nasty. That and he rolled a natural 1. So, but considering that, like, I mean, you still had a pretty good chance at defending against a natural one there.
Yeah.
But yeah. At least you still got your AP.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I'll
since
take
you
care of
successfully
business.
parried, you know what you can do.
I gain an AP, don't I?
If you spend 2 stamina.
Ooh, more stamina. Okay, so how do I regenerate my stamina?
You sleep.
I sleep. Okay.
Oh, yeah, or rest,
I was
basically.
gonna say, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to sleep in this cave. I will not.
You're not going to do it. Okay.
I don't think I'm going to. I'm already down to 20 stamina.
Okay.
And you said I've got about 20 of these guys.
I would do it. I don't know. Maybe.
You
Yeah.
would
Right.
do
Yeah.
it?
I see what you're.
Ooh,
I see what you're saying.
Man. I mean, I'm just trying to conserve here. I don't want to. Bulk's going for the end. Bulk's going for an endurance run here, not.
Right. Move
This
this
is
guy
a speed. This is a long play. Not a. Well, I guess it should be more of a speed run, but yeah. We're going. I'm trying to survive here.
There he is. Just trying to get us in view. Okay. So. All right. So. Let's see
Here
how
we
that works
are.
for you. Here we
Yep.
are.
Here we
So
are.
the other thing that. Well, where are we at? Let me get rid of that. Okay. So that was that attack. We also have that goblin that's back there
I was
hanging
gonna
out.
say your little bowman back there.
Yeah, let me zoom this thing out a little bit more. So
Let's see what he's got going on.
let's take this all the way back out. There we go. That way I can get more of it. Okay, and that goblin is right here. I know it's a little hard to see.
Yep.
Because he doesn't have that green fire on him like his buddy does. Okay, so he's going to fire his weapon and overload it once. So this guy only has 2 left. 10, 10. He's got 8. Okay, and he'll overload. That's he makes it 1 bow attack or arrow attack by 2. So this one's going to be easier to block and parry.
Right. I'm less worried about this one.
So this is a situation where, like before, if you didn't run up, if you didn't spend both action last turn, you could have spent 1 action on the defensive stance, and then got those bonus overload die, basically. So maybe next turn, if you're still fighting these things, next turn, you might want to do that also, or you might want to move a little bit further down. Also, you got options. It's up to you. So he makes that roll by 2.
Okay.
And you can choose to react now. So before version 0.44 of this book, you had 2 reactions every turn. I've changed that. I forgot that I changed it, and so because it's been 2 reactions per turn for however long. But I changed it to where you can now react as many times as you want per turn, but every time you react beyond the first, you get a step penalty. So how step penalties and bonuses work is every step, it basically doubles the penalty. So 1 step penalty is a -1, 2 is a -2, 3 is a -4, 4 step penalties is a -8, and 5 step penalties is a -16. Okay, so it's like you acquire step penalties. For instance, if somebody's attacking you from behind, they're going to get a couple step bonuses. But say they have a step, they also have a step penalty or whatever, that reduces it. So it's a way of basically managing that hardness factor or whatever.
Yeah.
But so the more reactions that you're trying to do in a single turn, the harder each one gets, basically. So if you're going to react against this guy, you're going to incur a -1 step penalty.
Yes.
Which is going to be a -1 to your roll. So you'll have to make this roll by 3 instead of 2, which means you'll have to roll and a 9 on your block.
A 9.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well.
Oh, and there's one other thing. Let's look at this real quick. Ranged weapons. Blocking or reacting to ranged weapons also incurs step penalties. So right now you have 1 step penalty because it's a reaction.
So I already have a step penalty.
Right, yeah. So that's a -1. That's physical disciplines. Here is defense. I gotta bring this up. There we go. Here we see penalties for all reactions versus ranged weapons. Flung and slung projectiles, 0 steps. Arrow projectiles, these are arrow projectiles. So you're gonna get another step penalty because it's an arrow. So you have a -2 step penalty. So you have a -2 to the roll. So you need to make that roll by 4. So an 8 or below.
Goodness.
What you want to do?
Jeez. Can I dodge? I don't have a dodge, do I?
You don't have dodge. You only have the block.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna block.
Okay, you're gonna try your parry also?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need an 8 and an 11 on 2 dice. So do you want to overload it all?
No.
Straight up. Block.
Yeah, let's just go straight up.
You got a 5 and a 14. So you can put the 5 on the block, or you can put the 5 on the parry. But otherwise,
ooh, I mean, does it really matter?
It's up to you. Do you want to block the damage, or do you want to retain your AP?
Oh man. Oh man. I have 2 AP right now, right?
2 AP.
Man, I'd rather retain the AP.
Okay. Do you want to spend any stamina to up that AP?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if you did that last time, you would be right here. 1 away from swinging again. Which you would have got next turn.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll go ahead and I'm a generous DM, okay? I'll go ahead and let you spend that 2 stamina in retrospect. If you want.
No, I still don't. I still don't.
I am a generous DM.
No, I still don't want it. Fine, okay. Go ahead and we can do it. I don't know. It's fine.
Okay, good. All right. That's it for their turn. He's going to, with his other action, hop down, and then move over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right then.
I would like to throw this MFer at another MFer.
You don't have ranged weapons, so you're gonna have to do it unskilled, but it is a possibility.
You said I could throw. So we had this conversation about how I can throw people.
I mean, willing people, sure, yeah. Like if you have a dwarf somewhere nearby that's gonna let you throw him, you could do that.
No, I want to throw this guy though.
How about you just cleave him in half next turn? Okay, so your turn, right?
Yep.
You're back up to 5. Oh, and he spent his AP to do that. Oh no, that was the fire. That's the fire. He spent his AP to shoot his arrow, so they're gone.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna do another attack?
Well, yep. I'm gonna swing my sword at this guy.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're gonna try another. Well, you don't need to do a sweep attack this time.
No. I just need to swing at him.
You just need to swing at him. You're gonna roll 1 die or overload.
Let's overload this one.
Okay, just 1.
Yeah, just 1. Oops, I did not mean to.
Okay. Oh, it's a good thing you did because you rolled a 10 and a 20.
Oh, well, okay. At least
so you'll omit the 20. I'm suspecting.
Yep.
Which means that They got a dodge of a 10, and you made the roll by 1, so they would have to roll a 9 or below. He will try to do that right now.
Okay.
And he rolls a 13, so he fails.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage. Oh, I'll roll your damage.
Please, if you don't mind.
2, 7, that's 9, plus 4 is 13, and that guy is also dismembered. These things don't have a lot of hit points.
Squished.
And so now his buddy is kind of like, why for you do that to my friend?
Well, because he hit me and you shot a damn arrow at me. Duh. All right.
Okay, so that was your first action. Well, I guess those AP are gone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's totally dead. Deadsies. Okay. Also, you are maintaining the 20 space distance, looks like. They're not on the map yet. Okay.
They are not on the map yet.
They are not on the map yet.
All right.
Let's see here. So, do you want to do anything else for your other action?
Yeah. I would like to do the wildling thing, right? Reserve 1
Oh,
AP.
right, yeah. Right, that's free. That's free. So you get that from your double. Well, you did do the double action for that, right? That's right. Okay.
Did I?
I don't know. We're gonna say you did.
Okay.
Shits and giggles, you did. Okay. So
I don't know. It's your game.
What would you like to do with your second action?
Well, I would like to run up to the archer.
He's gonna piss himself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's get a nice view of that.
Yep.
Let's get a better view. I'm trying here, people. And then there we go. I don't know why it's so humorous to me.
Because I'm about to smash this guy.
Well, you don't have any AP. You have 1 AP.
Whatever.
Okay.
He's a bowman in close at point blank range.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. His turn. He's going to spend his 2 actions getting up to here.
Okay.
As he scrambles up there. And that's his turn. So we're back to your turn.
Okay.
Now, you're going to get to reserve 1 free AP.
Sure.
That turn.
Is that the wildling ability?
No, that's just...
Okay.
That's just your... Every turn... Any character, any creature reserves 1 AP to that. It's basically every turn you're reserving 1 AP towards an action.
Yeah. Okay.
An action point towards an action, and then every action is takes a certain number of action points. So it's just at its base level, that's what it is. So it's a way of a lot of people are, a lot of the D&D folks and Pathfinder people. That's something that's going to be hard for them to. I think that's the hardest part that to sell to these people is that you don't get to attack every turn. But but the difference is that in this system, I've used the number of turns as a mediator for damage. To mediate the DPS, the DPT, the damage per turn ratio, right? So you just love hearing me say DP over and over and over again.
Absolutely. That's why I came here. That's why I agreed to do this.
Jesus.
DP.
Human stew miniatures, everybody. I knew that's why you're laughing. You sick bastard.
I love you, and you know I do.
I know you do. I know. So just a little backstory here. I never met this guy before I shared a room with him.
Total strangers.
Total stranger.
We met in a hotel lobby.
My hookup for a room disintegrated before Adepticon, and I was teaching at Adepticon. It was my first time teaching at Adepticon, and I just put it out there. It's like, hey, I'm looking for a room, and this disaster ended up sending me a message.
Yeah,
and we had pretty much the most amazing time that I could imagine.
It was a wonderful time, and I'm still heartbroken that this year was canceled. I was really looking forward to it.
Maybe next year.
Hopefully, man. I'm hoping. So, and then we met again at Origins. You came down to Origins, and you slept on my awfully uncomfortable couch.
I did it though. It happened.
Yeah.
And that's when you were first supposed to try to demo my game, but you know that. It's okay. It's easy to get distracted at Origins.
There's a lot to do at Origins, and I was also trying to get laid.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
Well, you got priorities, I guess.
There's that, yeah.
It's hard to demo tabletop role-playing games when you're trying to get laid.
At a board gaming convention.
At a board gaming, yeah.
Of all places. And I did, though, so...
Well, good for you. That's a wonderful story there.
Very heartwarming and very wholesome
you poor thing.
Tale of real
love, romance. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're very. I could see how you'd be very romantic.
Oh man.
So anywho, he jumped up there. You got to reserve your extra thing. What are you going to do this turn?
Okay, so can I grab him? I like to get creative with these kind of situations. Can I grab him
Well, first off, you'd have... Oh, I guess you have a reach of 2. He's still... You can just reach up there and try to yank him off.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. Grab him by the ankle and yank him down.
So...
That's what I'd like to do with him.
Okay, so that's gonna... So let's look at grappling real quick. Grappling. Let's look at grappling.
Let's look at grappling.
Human Stew Miniatures. Just getting that name plug out there.
Woo!
You paint a lot of Warhammer stuff, so you're not typically an RPG player. You're more of a skirmish and war games kind of guy.
I am, and even now I don't even play 40K that much. Lately, my jam has been Marvel Crisis Protocol.
What is it called?
Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Oh.
It is a small skirmish game featuring Marvel Comics characters.
I gotcha. Okay.
Here we Made by Atomic Mass Games.
So, grappling strength, right? So you're going to be able to grab this guy, and because he weighs less than 120-some pounds, I guess technically be able to throw him as well.
Yes,
I've never actually. So let me see here. Because,
if I can, I forget which Friday the 13th.
Handle. I'm looking for. So sometimes what happens is, I put all the nuanced abilities, the little sub rules for everything, are all hidden in the feat. So right now, what I'm doing is looking for a feat that says throwing somebody, right?
Okay.
But technically, so like for instance, manhandle. So normally you guys can't move. Nobody moves, right? But when you you can combo redirect and grapple together by spending 4 stamina to slam the recipient into an adjacent recipient. So that's basically you taking somebody and grabbing them and then slamming into somebody else.
Yeah.
There's wrench. Which you wouldn't have any of these feats anyways because you don't have points in grappling. But I'm just looking to see if there's anything in the rules for throwing somebody. And not technically, no. If you grab him, you could basically... I mean, he's size 2. It's going to take 2 AP. Okay, so here's another thing to keep in mind. Okay, so that's exactly what it would be. He's size 2. If you grab him, you could basically ready throw, and you'd have to hold on to him for 2 turns or 2 AP, and then you'd be able to throw him because he's size 2.
Okay.
basically. Your size 1, it'd only take 1 AP, and you'd throw them right away. Like if you would have caught a fairy, which is size 1, you could probably one of your actions would have been grabbing them, and if you could reserve an AP to throw immediately, then you throw them.
Okay.
But because he's size 2, you have to reserve 2 AP to the throw.
I see. Okay.
Right. But here's the other thing. Here's the other problem with that whole kind of setup is you have 2 AP reserved to a 2-handed weapon.
Right.
If you
I don't
take
have
your
a hand free.
If you don't have a hand free. If you take a hand off of that, these go away.
Those go away.
So,
it's
I ask you now, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Ooh. But I also don't have enough to swing right now.
No. You can, just your options here. You have people coming at you from that direction.
Yes, sir.
They're off the map, you can't see. And then that's what's so you can't barely see because of that thing. It's in the way. Moving around. There we go. That's kind of your direction.
Okay. What happened to that torch over there that one guy had?
Oh, it's laying on the ground.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, dang it, I'd still have to take my hand off the sword.
Hmm.
Oh, I was thinking of picking that up and setting the guy on fire.
You do have those. I mean, you can do that, but at this point in time, you're almost wasting time. As you can clearly hear in the background, you don't even have to make a spot check. You can clearly hear the scrambling and.
Oh man, and I've got to get going. Let's get up there next to that guy. I don't know. Well, I'm climbing up there. Can I kind of push him out of the way?
That would be. I mean, that's like. That would be.
I have like
again,
a knockdown, don't I?
There you go. Now, you do have knockdown. Let's take a look at knockdown real quick. There's an option.
Where is knockdown? I know we were looking at it earlier.
So there's a way that you can do this. Knockdown. So it's under combatics because it's a combo skill. But you can perform it as a general action. This action knocks a recipient prone in their space, interrupting any primary actions. Which they do have 1 AP reserved to. In order to perform this action, a free and unready primary source must be available or made available as a general action, or you can combat with a primary action, basically. This means that offhand penalties may apply. Any knockdown check may be checked as a combo with any weapon skill check. Knockdown combos are not permitted with ranged weapons unless using the weapon like a hand-to-hand weapon, basically. And they will get a strength or dex save to contest it. As a tail, none of that matters. Knockdown checks receive +1 step bonus when wielding a bludgeoning melee or martial weapon.
Which I do not have those.
Which you do not. So you would have to still unready your weapon to just knock him down like that. Let's take a look real quick at the giants at Quake and see how that works. Because this is an ability of yours.
Right, Quake.
So Quake, here we are. Constructs, Dire, Flora. These are the different triads. Sorry, I didn't bring that up.
Oh, that's okay.
Here we are. Flora, Giants triad. So Quake. By stomping. Hold on. Somewhere in there is some fun. There it is. So, by stomping the ground or simply throwing their weight around, a giant creature may attempt to knock down all adjacent recipients. Creature must perform a combo with Quake and Knockdown as a general action. If it is successful, all adjacent recipients within one space must contest the knockdown skill or receive its effect. So again, you'd have to combo that with a knockdown check. So as a general action, you can do it, but it's gonna, it's gonna screw up your swing here.
Still screwing up my swing, but at this point,
screws up your swing.
Those guys are behind me.
So here's the kind of situation. So
I might have to screw up my swing.
I mean, not for this guy. I mean, at least I wouldn't. I would just be like, so screw this guy or whatever, or just kind of wind up and take him out. But at this point in time, you're dilly-dallying here because you have, your whole method for getting more AP is people attacking you, and there's just one guy.
Right. Right, exactly.
So you're not made really to go up against one guy. You're made to go up against.
It's kind of a waste. Against a horde, exactly.
Oh, that's a whole nother. Yeah, it's a whole nother. So you're going to take a bunch of damage most likely.
Right.
But that's how this guy. That's this guy's mode, anyways. But the thing is that you might. It's almost as like this guy's just wasting your time.
He really is.
You're like, screw this guy. But what you want to do is, with that Quake thing, is you want to wait until you've... So the whole idea with the knockdown is, you want to wait until... this guy, basically, these are gone, and then that's when you do your knockdowns. And then your Quake, right? Because then it doesn't matter.
Right, because I don't have anything saved up anyway.
There is an option, though, for you right now. Something that you can do that's going to, at least help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's use your intimidation.
I was just thinking about that, actually.
So let's bring that up real quick. So your intimidate is a roll of a 10.
Yep.
Okay, and that comes from your presence triad. So let's take a quick look at presence and see how intimidate works. So at least you'll be able to do something, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's my anxiety burps.
I love it. You can't hear my anxiety farts.
Oh. I can't smell them either. My God. Okay, so we're looking for presence, which starts with P. There we go. Presence is your knight slash, thug. It has stuff like, you could be you could go either way. It doesn't. You could be a knight. You could be a thug. You could be, you know what I mean? It's your champion. Yeah. It's like a champion, kind of, or like gladiator. Think gladiator also.
Yeah.
So you have points in Intimidate, which is a general action, which is good for you. When a character imposes their will over another, an Intimidate check is required. Outside of combat, this may alter the recipient's actions as per the GM's discretion. Though typically, a recipient will bend to the character's will after a failed save, the GM should appropriate any step penalties to a character's skill check accordingly. So, depending if, that's the whole point of the skill penalties and skill bonuses, is maybe it's easy. Maybe you just beat the crap out of this guy, and so it's going to be easier to intimidate him. So you get some step bonuses then, or something like that. Okay. For instance, it should be rather difficult, if not impossible, to intimidate a recipient while the character is gagged, jailed, or otherwise. So if you yourself are gagged, jailed, or otherwise...
Please.
It's going to be very difficult to intimidate somebody if you're not in a position to intimidate somebody.
Okay.
However, so that's out of combat. But in combat, a character may perform an intimidate skill check against an adjacent recipient who is within reach. While he's 2 spaces away, your reach is a 2, actually. You have a reach of 2 because you're huge and you're using actually a size 5 weapon. How you determine your reach is it's half your size rounded down. So the reach of you to grab him is size 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Or the reach to hit him with your sword which is a size 5, is 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5, rounded down to 2, which is a 2. Just to throw that out there.
Yeah.
So you're using your primary source right now is definitely within reach of this guy. If successful, the recipient must save or remove 1 reserved AP from each of their primary sources, and they can contest with will.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is an easy way for you to... and they get a -2 step penalty per size category larger than the creature, than the character. So...
Okay, 2. Because you say he's a size 2?
No. So that's only if something's bigger than you. So if you try to intimidate a dragon, and say it's size 6, it would get... You would have a -4 step penalty. Okay, because it's 6, you're size 4, that's 2 sizes, and then so you have -2 steps per size, so that's -4 steps.
Okay,
which would get you... Basically, you would have a -8 to try to intimidate the dragon. Which is, that makes sense.
Right, I'm not going to scare a dragon.
Okay,
but
so...
I am going to scare this guy.
You probably are. And he only has 1 little dinky AP anyways.
All right.
So you're going to go... you're going to attempt to remove thy AP. Basically.
Okay.
Okay? There we go. So, you got to roll a 10 or below. That's it. Do you want to just roll it straight up?
A 10 or below? You know what? No. Yeah, let's just roll it straight up. That's fine.
I mean, it's kind of like a free thing to do.
Yeah.
You rolled an 8. You make it by 2, and they would have to roll... Let me see here real quick. They would have to roll... their willpower's a 6. Now, they could overload this too, but he's just going to roll. And he rolls a 19. So, you successfully...
What you gonna do, brother?
Right. So, you have successfully intimidated him. Yeah, so that AP is gone.
Oh, man.
Gonzies, that's right. All right. So he's kind of like, what the crap? So that was was that just your first action that turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to do another action?
Yeah, you said that there's a path behind him somewhere, right?
Well, behind him is up. It's up.
Is up. Oh, I understand. Ooh,
it's up. So, like, honestly,
let's go up.
You're gonna go up.
Let's go up.
Okay, so we're gonna go. It's easy to pull yourself up. 1. Actually, this would be a good time is to look over some optional rulings.
Okay.
So maybe I actually have rulings for nice proper demo. I didn't make the other one do it, so I'm actually not gonna enforce it this time, just because we're focusing on character development, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it to the little guy either.
Okay.
But I actually have rules in here for different kinds of terrain, and this will be a factor whenever you do real sessions and stuff.
Okay.
There's different kinds of weather, harsh weather, and harsh terrain, and so this terrain that you're traveling on could be considered uneven terrain.
Okay, fair.
And it could even be considered treacherous terrain.
Okay. Yeah, even. I mean, if I'm climbing up a rock, it looks like.
So, uneven terrain slows smaller characters. Let me see if it's... Yeah. It slows smaller characters and creatures more than larger ones. All who pass this terrain are required to make a strength save with a +1 step bonus per size category. So, for you, it'd be like nothing. Right?
Okay.
Failure means movement and travel is reduced by half, rounded down. Examples of uneven terrain include foothills, furrowed fields, and other rocky terrain. So, this is just a way to distinguish. Like, you could be using this, like climbing up, this is going to be a whole lot easier for you than these little guys, basically. Because it might just take them longer for whatever reason. It's a good thing to get that. That's important. So, the other cool thing about this is you can have... So, like everything else in my book, it's all modular. Slick terrain isn't the only thing. You can actually have slick terrain that is also circuitous, or slick terrain that is treacherous. So what treacherous terrain is like climbing, right?
Right.
So,
like what I'm doing.
kind of. Well, these are kind of like just big steps. So I'm just going to say that this is uneven terrain kind of situation.
Right.
But this is, what I'm saying is like you could combine these things together. So you can have slick and treacherous terrain, and it would enforce, those kinds of rules. And then at the same time, you could have slick and treacherous terrain with different kinds of weather conditions also. Fog or, windy or whatever. So this is basically it's mechanisms for creating different kinds of gameplay. And it introduces different kinds of tactics as well. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But for you, based on that, I'm just going to say, hey, and I don't expect everybody to follow all the rules that I've written, but I put them there as like a guidepost.
Sure.
To say, this is kind of how I would deal with it in this system.
I guess, yeah. This is how it's meant to.
But based on those rules, you're going to have a plus. You have a strength. Basically, it would be a 5% chance for you to fail this, and right, it's just not going to happen. So it don't matter. Anyways, you're going up there. So the 1, 2, 3. I do count the vertical spaces as well.
Okay.
Are you just going to keep on going up?
I am.
Okay, so you're going this way. You just knocked them off with your big giant sword.
They're coming for me. Okay, hang on.
So he's turning his facing. Are you going to turn your facing too?
Yeah, I probably should.
Okay. We're just going to say that you're pointed towards him because you're
attacking me from behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good right there.
Okay, let's go ahead and just take this. Okay, so 16. Are we? It's just starting to show up. So that's the end of your turn.
Just as I'm starting to climb up.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, and 10. I just grabbed them randomly.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and just get you a different vantage point here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Get some.
So many. There's so many of them. I'm not going to put them all. That one's facing the wrong direction.
Can I this is Sparta this guy off of this ledge here?
I mean, you could technically. I have to.
Am I breaking your game? I'm sorry.
No, you're making me think about it. You're making me think about it because I want everybody to be able to do everything that they can possibly think of, and I want the rules to be there for that situation, right?
Right.
And that's really hard to do with any kind of RPG, It really is. It's like,
and you don't want to overburden your game with rules.
With rules, right? And that's kind of like the whole idea is that with this system is that you only really have to be considered. You only have to be knowledgeable of what your character can do, right? So you take all of these, subtle rules that are hidden in all the different feats and abilities, and you're just taking a handful of them and saying, okay, I just got to know what these do, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that there's a lot of what you can think up. It's already in the book somewhere. That rule's in the book, and it's usually in the form of a feat or something like that, because it's very clear. I mean, you have 2 actions of a turn. This is how much damage this weapon does. This is how long it takes to charge up. I mean, it's very simple stuff, as far as those rules go.
Yeah.
When you have mechanics that are like, how do you interact with another character or whatever? So, what I'm thinking about is under the description of two-handed. So we actually have rules for different fighting stances also. So let's just go check that out.
Yeah, you went into that a little bit earlier.
So you're two-handed style. Okay. Let's go just take a look at that real quick. There's weapons and armor. Dealing damage, combat exchanges. Combat, this over here. Damage, ranged, firearms. I haven't tested them yet. Okay, so you are two-handed style. When characters fighting with a single weapon with both hands, damage is rolled as per the weapon damage charge, plus a bonus, +1 damage and armor penetration, or pen. Okay. So that's basically the two-handed rules.
Okay.
But my thoughts are, why can't you reserve an AP to a secondary action that's like a kick? Like you said, a Sparta. And I was thinking about that. It was like, why can't he do that? He should be able to do that and still be two-handed. So so what's going through my head right now is, do I make that a feat, right? Or do I make that just part of how two-handed specialization works? Mm-hmm. So anybody who's watching this right now, go ahead and put in a comment and let me know what you think. Should it be just part of two-handed specialization, or should it be a feat that somebody would have to buy? In order to be able to do that. I'd like to hear what everybody's input on that is, actually, because
yeah, it might just be neat to just have like a kick attack, like a basic punch or kick attack that you can do.
So that's
kind of
what
it's
basically considered a martial weapon. So how that works is you have primary sources and secondary sources. So an offhand attack is a secondary source or secondary action.
Okay,
it still works like a primary action, but it's just it's your offhand. So this is a situation where you're using your offhand with
the two-hander.
Right, I keep on pressing that. I should just get rid of that. This is a situation where you're using your offhand and your regular weapon as a primary. I'm going to say let's go ahead and test it. Let's go ahead and test you loading up.
Okay,
you can do kick. Let's test. Well, I mean, why not? I mean, because this is really considered a primary action, meaning that you don't have a secondary action right now.
Mm-hmm.
And one should always be available to you, I think. Maybe if you can come up with it, you should be able to headbutt somebody. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Sure, because in this situation that could be another attack.
Right. Yeah. So, but how that works though is, So if it's martial, so you can do that right now. You can just try to kick him off right now.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Give him that atomic leg drop.
Well, technically, to actually kick him off, you would have to combo that kick with force.
Okay.
Which you do have a 4 and force.
I do have force.
You only have a 4 in it though.
That's okay.
To do that kick you're gonna have to roll basically any number under 14 twice, and then to force them, you would also have to roll a 4 or below. So 2 14s and below, and a 4 and below to do this.
So it's going to be tough to do this.
It's really tough because this is unskilled. You don't have, other than your force, you don't have skill in. You don't have any skill in your martial weapons.
Well, that's okay. I am level 1.
Yeah, right. But you do have the option.
Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do this.
Just straight up? You're just going to try?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
Okay. 2 14s and a 4.
Should I overload?
You can't overload unskilled.
I can't? Okay. All right.
Right. So and you don't get any attribute bonuses or anything. It's just a straight up roll.
Yeah, go for it, man.
You got a 10, a 11, and a 4. So you do
it. Awesome.
So
get off my ledge.
Get off my ledge. Okay, so but wait a second. Technically, okay, so first off, let's roll your damage for so it's bludgeoning.
Sure, yeah.
Bludgeoning damage size 1 is D6 plus plus you don't get any damage mod because it's whatever.
Yeah, it's a kick.
It's a kick. Well, because you're not skilled in it, so you don't get any damage mod.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's just straight up D6. And force, how force works is they're going to get what is the contest for force? Let me just look at it on the sheet here. Combatics force contest is a will mod, so they're going to have to make their will by itself, 6 or below. They do not. They roll a 12.
Okay.
Okay. This is the Underdark.
Yeah, man, get out of here. Ooh, that was a good kick.
So we're going to roll your damage. Maybe he'll take damage from falling too. It is not going to be enough to kill him. And then falling damage. Let's look at that real quick. Let's see how that works. You having fun?
Yeah, man, this is awesome.
So do you? So what do you think about the system so far?
It's pretty good so far. I am not good at RPGs, so it's like you said earlier. It's a lot of information to take in all at once.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
But having you do all my rolls for me, yeah, it's been a pretty good time so far.
Okay, falling damage, size 1. You would take D4. The character or creature will take falling damage based on their size and length of fall. Whenever a fall is suffered, the recipient also receives a given number of random injuries based on the length of the fall. Only 1 mortal wound can be had. For any extra mortal wounds rolled, roll for 2 more random injuries. So length of 1, number of damage die is 0. So he's not going to take any damage.
All right.
But he's down there now.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, he's out of my way.
Just kick him off.
Yeah. Little bastard.
All right. So that's that. What turn is this now? I'm lost.
I think it's my turn. It's my turn.
Yeah. So was that your first action that turn?
That was my first action.
So just like you were. So that was the 1 AP for your secondary action, right? That you were.
Yes.
I think technically you should have 2, but whatever. It don't matter. You could have loaded that. You could have charged that up earlier. We were playing correctly. Okay. So, and then also every turn you get to put 1 AP to any primary source, right?
Yeah.
So that's here's your sword and here's the kick. So you just use the kick, so you're at 3 with the sword. Okay. All right. And then you still have 1 action that turn.
I do.
Well, yeah, because you were already up there, right? And you turned around and kicked him.
Yeah. And I turned around and kicked him.
Or did you wait? Do you move and then you got up there and kicked him, or did you just kick him? Were you already up there and kicked him?
I was already up there and kicked him.
Okay, so you'd have 1 more action.
I think I turned around on his turn. I think I faced him on his turn.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay,
I just action. So can I? What is this other ability? The wilding ability?
That's only if you do a double check with a primary action, and you didn't technically do that this time.
Okay. All right. Then I will just keep going up. I'm just going to keep moving up this.
So 1, 2, 3. You want to just keep on going?
Yeah, because they're going to have a real hard time getting to me now.
Yeah, they are. So that's using the terrain to your advantage.
That's right. This is why I like games like this, where I actually have a visual representation of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Then, you can do fun stuff like this.
Uh-oh. Break your camera. There we go. There you go.
I love it. Absolutely. Come on, Hobos, bring it on.
Well, part of the problem here, though, is that it's going to be hard for them to line up for you,
I kind of have an idea here.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away, but I've got an idea.
Let me pull out some boxes to set my tripod on so it can get up a little higher.
Let them come, I say.
I'm just going to bring this up here. There we go. That way we can get a nice overhead view.
I may be too high up on here.
Well, they're just off camera there.
Let's go with it. No. I mean, I'm just thinking strategically here. I may have climbed too high, but that's okay. Bulk Krogan isn't afraid of heights.
Well, if it's hard to see, but there is. I mean, if you were to peek over here, you could see that there's a 2-space drop.
Okay.
Down to here, which is you'd be able to go down there relatively easily.
That's within my movement, at least.
Yeah, easily. I mean, you can just basically. It would take you from standing here your whole movement possibly to get down if you're climbing. But All
right. Here
you can even drop down to there and not take any damage.
Okay. All right.
So at least you have an exit. So
perfect.
There is an exit down there.
Okay, hold on. So time out real quick. Do I know that they're there, correct?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I would like you to make once you get up there, and before you turn around, I would like you to make a perception check. I'm sorry, a spot check. Now you don't have spot, so you're gonna have to roll spot check unskilled.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for you. It's 2 dice. You gotta make both of them, and it's based on your perception. So you have a 13. You have to roll 2 13s to do this.
Ooh, okay.
Rolled a 12 and a 2.
Okay.
When you get up there, you see 3 more of these little bastards hiding.
Oh, you little bastards. I see you down there.
Behind those pools.
What are these pool things? I love these.
They're scatter terrain from my site, mgstudio.myshopify.com. Did you set that up for me?
I didn't, but that was perfect.
You can tell this is part of my caves pack. The caves, the Underdark pack or whatever. It has these flowstone pieces. Here it has the pools. These pools, it has the stalagmites, and it even has single. You can see these guys. There's a single stalagmite.
Yeah.
In there. And they're all 3D printable.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sell the STL files, right?
I just sell the files. Yeah. I make these things. The whole reason why I designed this stuff is so I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to make videos of really awesome terrain. I wanted to make it almost like a set, and that's why if you look at this thing, it's basically like a set, and that's how I have it set up. That way you're kind of moving along the set. And that's kind of like how that's how I'd like to do all these videos. I'm really into just beautiful cinematics with miniatures. That's what I want to.
Absolutely, same.
Hopefully, other people are like, "Wow, that's really cool," and they don't care that we're not playing D&D and Pathfinder, and they're just like, "I'm just going to watch this because it looks good, or it looks fun, or it looks neat." So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah,
we'll see how that translates. Because I don't think there's not a lot of stuff out there that's like this. Really organic, really natural looking stuff. And I designed it to look natural, to look organic. There's not any spaces on it. With the hex tiles, you have files that allow you to print little hexes on them also. But I didn't do that because I want it for cinematic value also.
Right.
So
love it.
So yeah, just there you are, and then there they are,
just
on the other. So that's and that's over here you have these guys also.
Oof. They're closing in on me.
So that was your 2 actions to get up there.
Yes, sir.
So you're done with that. These guys now are going to be moving in. Yeah, so let's see if we can get them into view here. I'm gonna go ahead and get off my fat butt. There we go. So these are gonna get to 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing full movements. We're just gonna catch them, the rest of them up. There they come. I don't expect you to defeat all these, by the way.
I didn't think so. I mean, I kind of figured I'd die at some point, but I'm going to die in glorious fashion.
Right, yeah. So let's just get a closer look at these little bastards. There they are. They have this weird green glowing fire on their torches.
I like the green glowing fire.
I painted these things super duper quickly, but they were a lot of fun to paint.
I painted some Night Haunt, some GW Night Haunt, in a very similar color scheme, and I love using like those neon greens and stuff like that. I love those colors. I just painted an.
I bet you I can even get this. Let's see here. Oh, let's break it instead. Uh-oh. There it goes. That's what happens when you screw with stuff. Come on. Just trying to get some better light. Oh, I shouldn't have touched it. Don't touch it.
Turn it off. Just turn
Don't
it off.
touch it. Come on now. You jerk. Next time I'll remember. Don't touch this. Touching bad. It's also if if things take off here, maybe I'll get some better equipment. What you gonna do? Really awesome tabletop, really bad equipment. You can't have it all.
No.
So there. Okay, so that was then their turn. Oh, also, this guy right here, he's going to spend 1 action to get up.
Okay.
And then he's gonna actually move back up here, and he reserves an AP to his action as well.
Sure he does. I'm sure he would like to take a shot at me.
So, which way are you facing right now? You get 1 free facing on per turn. So.
Per turn. Okay. So
or movement, or part of as a part of your movement.
Okay. So I already spotted the other guys over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn back around and face towards where I knocked the guy down. Let's check and see if he's still down there.
Yeah, that guy got up, and then he moved on here on his turn. So this is at the end of his turn. You're just watching him. Yeah. You turn your facing to watch him. So now on your turn, what do you want to do?
Well, he still has a bow, and that still makes me a little bit nervous. But I do have the high ground.
Mm-hmm. And we all know, Anakin.
It's over.
Don't get your legs and arms chopped off.
Exactly. So I don't know what he really plans to do down there. Probably shoot me and
shoot you with an arrow
behind me. So I don't have.
No, you don't. But I just want to point out here that this piece right here can provide cover to you.
That's what I'm. Yeah. I think I'm just going to take cover
also,
right now.
If you notice, this is part of the modularness.
I love it.
Also, this is separate too.
I
So you
love
just
it.
sort of like piece these things together in just a way to make it
So
really
good.
organic and but still tactical. As
Yeah.
there are steps and whatnot.
I might
And
get
this
me.
piece right here, I just want to point out this piece right here is one of these double-sided wall pieces that was a failed print. So I'm still using failed prints because it failed right there. I'm like, well, that's still good. That's still good because it prints double-sided.
Really well for Marvel Crisis Protocol, because in that game, each piece of terrain has a size assigned to it. So, like a trash can is size 1, a car
Okay.
is size 2, a building might be size 3. So, and a lot of that stuff, like you can, some characters like Hulk and Thor can throw terrain, can move terrain, can manipulate terrain. So this stuff, with it being modular, would actually be really good for that kind of manipulative modular terrain.
Once this gets released, I have some more. I'd like to do some. I'd like to do some other varieties of walls, not just rocky, but other templates.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm basically going to focus on natural terrain
Yeah,
before I get into doing any of the other stuff, because there's tons of resources out there for that stuff already in the 3D. And what is underrepresented is modular cliffs. And there's not a lot of that stuff out there. And actually, I have plans to take this terrain and create modular waterfalls that then run off the side of these cliffs and stuff too.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really neat when that's all together. But
very cool.
I just need more of me to go around.
Right.
Okay,
right.
So
yeah, we're gonna duck. We're gonna take some cover behind this rock.
Okay, so first off, your free AP.
I get my free AP.
There you go. So you're at 4. Right. And so now what are you going to do for your actions? You're going to take a step back and duck?
Yeah. Duck and cover. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to do.
He can't get line of sight on you at all if you're ducking.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Yeah. That's what I want. The guys behind me, though, are any of them?
Okay, yeah, you want to take? Let's go ahead and just rotate. There's that side.
There's that whole blob.
And then on this side, just turn it around, They're back there behind this.
Yeah.
And actually, this rock right here. There's a rock right here too.
Yeah. Are any of them archers?
Let's do a spot. What? It's hard for you to see because one, it's dark. There is a green fire down there that you can see behind them. So let's do a spot check.
Certainly.
Straight up, it's 13, double 13s you're looking for.
Okay.
You cannot distinguish if one of them is ranged or not.
Okay. All right.
You rolled a 9 and a 15.
Okay. Well, with that information, I will just stay where I'm at.
Okay, facing that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know they're coming. I know they're coming.
All right, their turn. Okay. Are you kind of like peeking?
Yeah, I'm. Well, yeah.
Over. Okay, so I'm going to give you, so you can still kind of see that bowman down there. I'm going to give you 5 steps of cover, though. You're just kind of peeking over the rock.
Okay.
So basically, 5 steps of cover is they need to roll. You would need to roll a -5 step penalty to fire a ranged weapon from behind cover.
Okay.
Basically, you're fully behind cover. How could you possibly expect to hit anything, right?
Right.
At the same time, they have a -5 step penalty to any ranged attack against you. So so that's how we deal with cover. So there's the benefit of using the step bonus and step penalty system. Is that it makes it easy for those kinds of situations. So that for him to attack you would take he would get a -16 to his roll. He's right behind this thing.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah.
So that's
so like really.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah. You have to roll 1. So, but so he's actually going to. He's like, he's trying to get an angle on you, and he moves up to here.
Okay.
And that's going to get him 4 steps, but he's from there, basically. Okay. But it's not enough. These guys are still scrambling towards you. There we go.
Come on, boys. I want them to. Well, I'll let you DM. I don't want to tell you what I want them to do.
What do you want them to do? Because I can just do the opposite.
Exactly. No.
Go ahead and tell me. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. There we go. So, 5, 10. Good. Okay, so there we go. Are they almost in view? They are. Look at that. They're just coming into view.
Look at them go.
My ugly mug's in the way.
It's handsome.
There we go.
Some fella.
All right. Woo. Okay, so there we go. So that's their movement. He still can't get an angle on you, but he's gonna fire a shot at you anyways.
Okay, go for
Yeah,
it.
don't overload it. He needs a 1. He's trying to bullseye you. Oh, and he took how much damage? 4?
Yeah.
4? And he fails the roll. So they're shooting at you. Let's do this. So they have little GME bits. Okay, go ahead and roll. You're gonna do a perception check.
Yeah, sure.
Failed it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's the end of their turn. Your turn. You now are fully ready. Okay.
I am fully ready.
All right. So there you are. You're ready. You have 2 actions. Do you want to do anything? You want to go up even higher? You can go up even higher.
I don't really know. I don't need to go up any higher.
Just a little bit. But that's after that. It's sheer cliff walls.
Yeah. I mean, they know that I'm here. Oh, yeah. So I've got.
And also, like this position that's right here is like 4 or 5 space drop.
What position is that? Oh, whoops! Hang on. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll show you like an overhead here.
I was dumb and I was on the YouTube again because I actually just subscribed to your channel.
Also, dumb mistake. For anybody else who is watching and wants to make a dumb mistake, please subscribe to my channel right now. I mean, like, subscribe, all that business. I mean, come on, you got to get a like and a subscribe just for the awesome terrain, right?
Yeah, man.
Sure, but yeah, I'm trying to show you that you have basically here's yours little step, right? This guy,
Yep.
this right here. But if you happen to move up here, this is basically a sheer drop.
Yeah, I see that.
All the way to the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I like to have like a second camera where I can get some nice overhead shots that I can just basically move around and then switch to that camera. That would be super awesome. Yeah. God, I want another camera. Oh, be so wonderful.
Oh, brother, what am I gonna do?
What are you gonna do? So you got 2 actions and you're basically hiding.
I hid myself a little bit. I had an idea here, but then I just had a new idea.
Uh-oh.
And I think I may abandon my first idea, and I might just jump down.
Jumping down? Yeah. Okay, jumping down. You're gonna hop down here.
Hop down where it's safe. Yep.
Let's just do. Let's see here. So to hop from there to there. I mean, it doesn't. You're not going to take any damage to land right there. But if you're not careful, you could actually hurt yourself here, I think.
Oh, I don't want to hurt myself.
But I'm gonna make you do. Okay, so I tell you what. If you want to be careful and use your entire movement to sort of,
Yeah,
no,
that's.
no. Wait a second. If you're gonna be careful and use your hands, you're gonna have to get rid of all of these.
Oh no. No, I don't want to be careful.
Okay, so you're just gonna hop down.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a meaty barbarian. I think that I can take it.
Okay. It's a good roll. 6 and a 4. It's a pretty good roll. Cause you basically did an acrobatics check, unskilled, and you needed 2 9s, and so now you're down there. So that's basically a 1, 2. You can go to here, and then you want to keep on going.
Yeah, I'm charging now. I would like
3.
to just charge.
You want to charge these other guys, right?
Yeah.
Which were now you realize that they 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's like a dozen of them, I bet.
No, they actually were trying to sneak up on you, and you didn't notice them. So there they are.
But I did notice them, right?
Now you have, because you hopped down, and
I perception check earlier, didn't
yeah, but
I?
that was the one that you failed. That last one.
That was the one to spot if there were any weapons.
No, after that, when I was like, oh, let's go ahead and do a spot check right now, and you're like, oh.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, welcome back to the last 3 minutes ago.
Oh, jeez. All right. So yeah, I don't think I have any actions left, do I?
That was one action.
That was one action, but I only get one move action, correct?
No, you get 2. You can have 2 actions a turn. It's up to you what you want to do with them.
I can use my move action again. Okay. Look through my abilities here.
So that defensive stance is nice. I don't think it's going to be necessary yet, because these guys aren't going to be able to get within range of you. Like, they're going to move 4 if they do double, so they might get to here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you move up to them, then you're definitely going to make them within range of you to get to you.
Yep. So I'll just stay where I'm at for right now.
Okay, and don't forget that you have
400 guys behind me.
Yeah, these guys behind you.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make you a deal. If you can somehow get to the end of the map, you will escape the onslaught.
That's really kind of just been my goal all along, anyway. Yeah.
In a roundabout way, sure.
In a weird, in a roundabout way. I figured that was kind of my objective.
Right. Okay. So
yeah,
so you're just gonna hang out.
Yeah.
Hanging out, and you don't really have any. For a general action right now, you could do the. Well, it won't matter because you. I mean, okay, so you can see right now that one of them is holding a bow.
Okay.
So there is that, but only one of them can attack you next turn.
Okay. So a defensive stance might benefit me right now.
Might benefit you. Also, it's also good to point out here that that stone right here is providing you 3 steps of cover. Well, actually 4 steps of cover from
the bow behind me.
From the bow guy from behind you, because this is actually in the way also. It's almost broken. Actually, you got 5 steps currently. But if he moves over back down here, he might get 3 steps.
Okay.
So it would be he'd have a 3-step penalty to shoot you from that location. Okay. So just so you're aware.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just 3 stamina.
You're gonna do it anyways, yeah. Yeah, 3 stamina, defensive stance.
Yep. I'll go ahead and turn that on.
Honest, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's on now. And that's your turn. Okay, so their turn. He is going to step down
Hmm.
and that from behind. Yeah. Hi, what's up? I'm getting invaded by some gnomes.
Ooh,
What's up?
brother.
Scissors. Scissors. Let me see here. Yep. All right. Hi. You can say hi. This is Edmund. This is my son Edmund.
Hey.
Okay.
I don't. He doesn't see me, so it's just.
He doesn't see. Yeah, it's okay. It's just a voice from the computer. I'm playing with this guy over the internet. Okay, he's playing the Barbarian. That's on the screen.
He doesn't see me waving, but I'm waving.
Oh,
Yeah. Good.
good boy. How about you go upstairs and play? Okay. Oh, you want to play this? We can play this another time. Okay.
Now he's jealous.
Okay, we'll be on the same team together. So at some point in time in the future, my son will guest star. He'll do some roles. He will help me destroy the PCs.
Fantastic. God and his son versus the world.
God and his only other begotten son. Okay, so let me go ahead and load up these guys' APs. I think what we have here is looks like a same deal as before: a spear guy, a sword guy, and a bow guy, all randomly coming from the other end. And then we also have the bow guy, who only has one AP loaded at the moment.
Okay.
So he's not ready to shoot, actually. Okay.
Too bad for him because I am.
And there's. Did I remove the other bow? No. Oh, here we go. So they're moving up again. So now they're at 1, 2, 3, 4. There is another bow guy over here.
Uh-oh.
Oh goodness. Now we're gonna have to finish real soon because I'm definitely getting invaded here. It's not. There's no peace. They've figured out where I'm at. There's no peace. There we go. These guys are just trailing in now. You have these guys on this side. Okay, you got to be quiet, okay? There's nowhere to sit, dude. There's nowhere to sit. There's. All right.
Another one.
This might just have to be. This might just have to be over.
Well, what I would like to do is run up to that.
You guys just want to watch? Okay, but if you're gonna watch, you got to be quiet, okay? All right, you can't be disruptive because we're trying to get things sorted here, and yeah. I just don't want it to take any longer. There's people that are watching and stuff, so I just don't want it to take any longer than it's already taking. The dog too is here. Okay, so
yes,
it's
awesome.
okay.
No, it's fine. This is fine.
They do look like goblins. Come be. Yeah, no, it's okay. This is my life. Okay, I'm a stay-at-home dad. So, this is what I do. I design this stuff at home while I'm watching my kids, and then yeah, hope to God I sell something.
What?
Okay, so they've all moved up. That bow guy, he has that same 3-step penalty that I was talking to you about, Anya. So you're gonna get Eddie. You gotta be quiet, okay? There we go, and both of them are going to spend their AP. So here's the attack coming at you straight up.
Okay.
You got the Rona?
Got the Rona, man. Barbarian's gonna get the Rona.
And he makes it by 3.
Ooh.
That first one. So remember, if you try to block with your sword, you're going to have a 2-step penalty against. No, only a 1-step penalty. So that's actually he's coming from this direction. All right.
But I do get a free overload die.
You get a free overload die, and which means that you can parry this relatively easily. But you don't really need to because you're already loaded up to 5 AP.
Okay.
But you get the 3 overload die. So you want to go ahead and roll your block and parry?
Yeah. Yeah, roll block.
Block and parry. Well, you got to do your parry so you can save your die. So you need 11, 3, 4. You need a 7 and an 11. 7, 11. Okay. You got a 3 and a 10. So there you go, and you're and a 14. So the 14 goes away.
Okay.
So the 3 will go to your block, and the 10 will go to your parry. So you retain all your AP.
Nice.
And the action is blocked.
Beautiful.
If you want to, but you got to keep the camera on the action, and you can't move it too much. You got to set it there and let it sit for a second. Okay. We're gonna have a cameraman now.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So now the next attack is coming from over here. So go ahead and you got to watch the screen. Watch the screen, and you want to make sure that both things are in the point of view. Now you can spin your free thing to turn around right now if you want.
No,
otherwise you can't block. If you're not facing, so that you're facing matters.
Yeah.
So if you're not facing them, you can't block something that's coming from behind.
Makes sense. Okay.
Right.
But I still got that other guy behind me.
So now he's got a 3-step penalty to shoot you from there, right? And so let's go ahead and give that a shot. No overload. Hold on, buddy. Which means he's got a 4. He's got 6s. He's looking for a 6. And he rolls a 6 exactly.
Ooh.
You're in the picture. You guys are in the picture. Don't.
They are definitely in the picture.
They're in the picture. All right. So he rolls it spot on. I'm guessing you're going to try to parry this one?
Absolutely.
Okay. And again, looking for a 7 or 11. You rolled a 3 and a 5 and a 19. So the 19 goes away. And that fulfills. So you block both those things with your sword. And you're still charged up. Okay?
So charged up, brother.
Still charged up. All right. So, and that was 2 flat out rolls. Nice. You're making some good rolls. Nice. All right. So that was their turn. Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't all their turns. So that was he shot once, and then he's gonna move over here.
Okay.
And then these guys are rushing up on you. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we can. The other thing is you can move it up and tilt down.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go. Yeah, it's live right now. Yes, you guys are on the internet right now.
On the internets.
Here, what's up? He's a barbarian. He's got a big sword. Yeah. Okay, so that's now that's the end of their turn. So now it's your turn?
Cool, yeah, it's my turn. I would like to turn to face the 2.
Okay. They're out of your reach. They have about they're about 3 spaces away, or 2.5.
Okay.
So you would need to move up on them.
Yep, move up on them. Let's move up on them. Is there a way that I can move up on them that will get me within range of all 3 of them?
Oh, you would have to flank through them directly. So
Okay.
flank is a skill, and you're not skilled in flank.
Skill, okay.
And we can check to see what it is, what the attribute modifier is, real quick.
That's all right. We don't need to go through all that right now.
Okay.
I can just run up on them.
Now you can try to get around if you're trying to put some distance behind the stuff that's behind you. You could go around them, so you'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, right here.
Yeah.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So now you're right here.
And let's cleave, brother.
All right. So now you're gonna just try to sweep them with your slashing mastery. Okay, which means there we go.
Hey, hang on.
So you're gonna do your double.
Oh.
You're gonna do your double check.
Well, hang on here. Yeah. Can I do Quake on them first?
So here's the deal. You only get 2 actions per turn.
All right.
So one action was spent moving up on them. So your next action is either you swinging or you quaking.
Or I can Quake.
What I would do is, at the beginning of your next turn, quake, and then before you start charging.
Yep.
You know.
Okay.
You'll lose your wildling AP, but that might be worth it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and swing.
All right. Here we go. Are you overloading once, or are you doing straight up?
Let's overload. Yeah, let's overload.
Or more. You can overload more than once. Have you been keeping track? Well, how many stamina are you down to?
I am down to 11.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Let's go ahead and overload one of them.
All right. Just one overload. Here we go. And it's good. You got a 20, a 5, and a 6. That's a good roll. So that's a 6. You made it by 5. He is going to try to dodge. He fails. He rolls a 15 instead of a 5, which is what was required. And so he will take D8, 2d8 plus 4 is 5. Plus 6 is 11. Plus he takes 15 damage in half.
Ash.
Sword. You want sword or spear first?
Sword first.
Actually, yeah, okay, swords first. And spear guy, you're gonna try to do the free action one on him, so you get your AP back.
Yep.
Here's your free. Are you gonna overload this one?
Yeah, let's overload this one too.
Going for broke. Okay, and this is a whiff, a 15, a 16, and a 20.
Killer.
Yeah, or whiff, whiff, whiff. Okay, so that one's down. Okay, and he still has all his AP. He's gonna stabby at you next turn. So that was the end of your turn. His turn. Well, that bow guy behind you is going to reserve an AP. The bow guy over there is going to reserve an AP. Let me go ahead and move these guys forward. So let's just go ahead and get another view of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. He's going to hop down and try to get closer. What? Oh my gosh. Is something down here bothering your noses? Your nose? You gotta go upstairs. I'm sorry, dude. Because something's down here bothering your nose. You okay? Well, first off, you're slimy. You gotta go wash your hands. Number 1. So you gotta go wash. His eyes are watering. I think there's something that's bothering him down here.
Oh man. Maybe he's allergic to something down there.
Something. You gotta go wash, okay? Why? Because you're slimy. Okay, so that's them. He is going to he's going to move over to this side. He's just moving to your other side again. This guy's going to step up here. Okay. And he is going to attack you with his spear. And overload it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. And he makes it by 1. He rolls a 10 and a 9. So, do you want to block it?
Yep, baby, let's block it.
Baby, let's block it. You're gonna make your roll by 1. So you're looking for a 10.
Okay.
Do you want to parry also?
Parry will cost me my AP.
Yeah, you only have 1 AP right now.
I only have 1. No, I don't want to parry.
Okay. So you're just gonna try to block it?
Yeah.
Just straight up, no overload or anything?
No, I'm not going to overload this one. I still have quite a bit of health left.
You failed that.
Okay. All right.
So you're gonna take these are crude weapons, so they actually have a -1, but they have a +1 modifier, so it cancels out. So they basically is a D6 roll. You're gonna take 3 damage, penetrating 4 DR.
Ooh, so I am gonna take 1.
It penetrates all 4 DR. So you're gonna take 3.
Oh, so I'm gonna take all 4?
Mm-hmm. You're gonna take 3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a straight up. It's a D6 -1 +1, so it's a D6.
Okay. All right.
But it penetrates 4 DR, so that gets through your DR, and you're gonna take that damage.
Okay.
You're gonna take it.
I took it.
Okay.
I've only
so that
taken
was his
13
actions.
damage so far.
They're charging up next turn, and he's dead. That guy's dead. Okay. All right, and they've all moved. Okay, good. Did you wash your arm where it was slimy? Here, come here. Let me look at you real quick. You feel okay? Good. Okay. It's quarantine life with kids. A lot of fun.
Yep. Why are you slimy?
Maybe another time, okay? But we've already started, and this is a long game. We've been playing for over 2 hours now.
Yeah, we have.
So this is kind of a long game, and it takes a lot of focus to keep your attention for that long. Trust me.
You're telling me. I'm the one with ADD here.
But in the future, if you want to, you can help roll the dice. You want to help roll some dice? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that right now. Well, not right now. I can't let you roll his dice because I don't want him to get angry at you or anything like that.
I don't care.
Okay, so that's their turn. Your turn now. You lost that
My
AP.
turn.
Yeah, you lost that AP because you blocked with your sword, but now you get it back on your turn.
Yep. Okay, and then really, I can't swing.
And they don't have any AP. He doesn't have any AP right now, anyways.
Okay.
I don't need that guy.
So I guess, man, my goal is to make it out of the end of the tunnel.
Let's take a look here. You're not far away.
But man, I love killing stuff too.
You're running. Hey, dude. Hey, you're pulling on the cord, okay?
But yeah, for objective sake, let's say can I shove this guy out of the way?
You can just go right on by this way, straight on this way if you want.
Go on by him.
Okay. Now there's a trample. You don't really have good points in that though. Okay, so let's just keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna turn around, turn your facing? Or are you gonna are you just gonna make a beeline? You wanna do 4 more?
Let's just make a beeline.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so now
Yeah.
That's some fun little vantage.
I love it.
I love you too, Eddie. I have great kids. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but you're just like, I love you, Dad.
I didn't hear that. And what's funny is that I said I love it. Like you said, this is a great vantage point, and I said I love it. And then you said I love you too, and I was like, I didn't say I love you.
Which is unnatural because usually you're always telling me how much you love me.
Absolutely.
Try to get this up, and then.
So I thought that you just thought that I told you I loved you.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get a.
I do love you though.
Aww. Aww. Okay, so there you are. Next turn, you can get the hell out of here if you want, basically. So that was your turn. Their turn. He's going to turn your there. He's going to run at you. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are all going to continue running, but they're like bottlenecked here. They're just basically all scrambling to.
Yep.
This guy is gonna
now
try to get up there and get a advantage on you. Get this guy up here, Bowman.
Now my idea that I was gonna do here, if I was still up on that rock, I was gonna try and bait your guys up there and then quake them off.
That would have been great.
Yeah, that was the idea, but then I realized.
So there's a knockdown makes people fall in their space, but force is pushing them around basically. Yeah. And so like a high level combatics character can actually combo force and knockdown together. You know, and they're the ones who can kind of manipulate. Oh, you're watching on the stream there, huh?
Nice.
Oh, that's definitely a good way to help me. That looks good.
Oh yeah,
that looks good on the YouTubes.
It does look good.
He's watching it. He's watching it on his tablet over here. Is there anybody talking? Oh, it's strange. It's strange that you can't see. It's okay. Yeah, maybe it's because you got to sign in. That's why. Because you got to sign in for your chat. Ooh. Anywho, in the future we can work on that. Okay, so yeah, they're really trying. They're scrambling now to get at you as you're just running away. Not for fear, but because you need to catch your breath.
I need to get out of here. I mean,
you do need to get out of here.
It's survival at this point.
Right. And if you full on sprint, you could lose these guys basically. Yeah. And so it's nice and open terrain right ahead of you, and that's what you're looking towards. They are going to take a couple more shots at you. The bow people. Well, 2 of them are.
Okay. Let's see what you got, Bowman.
That's good. That's a 6, and or makes it by 6, and he makes it by 2. So there's 2 more shots coming at you.
Okay.
Are you going to do anything to them?
Yeah, let's try and parry those bastards.
Block and parry?
Block and parry.
Okay, so the one made it by 6 and the other one made it by 2? Is that what I said?
Yeah. 2. 6
All right. Are you just going to roll them straight up?
Hey, you know what? I've got some stamina left. Let's load both of them.
Okay. 6. Here's a 6 one. You got it with a 2 and a 4 and a 12.
Nice.
And here's the 2, made it by 2, and you missed it with 13 and 18 and 18. That's how that goes.
So away she goes, boys.
This penetrates 2 DR. It's D8 minus 1. Take 3 damage, penetrating 2 DR. So you only have 1 DR for this. So 4 minus 1 is 3 damage. 3 wound.
Okay. I have only taken 16 damage, 16 hit points.
And, believe it or not, this is a level 1 character with 50-some hit points, right? So your characters can be kind of beefy in this game.
Yeah. when I took that first 10 damage, I was a little.
You were worried. Yeah, a little worried. But the thing is, you gotta understand something. You're not in the middle of all of those things. Could you imagine each one of those guys being surrounded by 6 or 8 of those things, and each one of them doing between 3 and 10 damage or some kind of nonsense? It would be just
absolutely.
Or 3 and 8 damage. It could start to rack up relatively quickly. Okay, so that was the last time you're gonna. Now it's your turn.
Yep, and let's just book it.
We're booking it. Okay, so he's going to take the final strides to safety. And there you go. All right. Awesome.
Yay!
Thanks for breaking my... You don't need to tell me how many people are watching it. To those 2 people watching right now, thank you very much for watching. It's my everything. That's all that matters. I don't care if there's 0 people watching this.
This was fun.
Honestly, I like doing this. I like playing. I like playing with TJ. I haven't seen that. I actually bunked with him at Adepticon last year, or not this past year, but the previous year. And another thing is that this goes up in the internet and can be viewed by anybody at any point in time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to anybody who watched and to anybody who's watching after the fact, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch.
Absolutely.
Okay. Eddie just spilled. Took a spill.
Great.
It happens. If you like this terrain and have a 3D printer and want to print some out, you head over to mgstudio.myshopify.com. Check it out there. I got other stuff too that you should check out, including the rule system, which is in beta, and you can download that for free. They're in PDF forms and whatnot. Check it out.
You have some nifty paint racks, don't you?
I have some nifty paint racks actually, and you can pick one up for. You pick the files up for $1. They're over here, and they all are.
Yeah.
And they can just try to get this.
I like that.
Spinny for $1, and they're stackable and modular and everything else. So
fantastic, man.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully, at some point in time, we're gonna have TJ from Humans 2 Miniatures on a Mini Grinder Paints Live episode. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in the next week or so.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds good.
I'm not doing much.
Oh, awesome. Good thing too.
Yeah, no. I'll probably paint up some Marvel figures. It's what I've been painting a lot of lately.
Gotcha.
A lot of Marvel guys.
I love you too, Eddie. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and I hope you all have a wonderful